The Darkhan is the main infantry option of the Khuzait. This unit hasn't been touched in a long time, and before 1.8 it was surprisingly one of the best infantry units in terms of melee performance, since they had a nasty weapon and an excellent armor set. But things might have taken a turn for the worse for the Darkhans. Starting from the role, the Darkhans are your typical mainline infantrymen, whose main duty is to tank projectiles, fight other infantrymen and also fending off from cavalry charges. The most striking piece of equipment of the Darkhan is their shield, as it is the tiniest among tier 5 infantry units. The Eastern Cavalry shield brings in fact a length of just 60, but don't be fooled by this value alone. Unlike the Battanian shields who have gaps in their hitbox, hitting the head of the Darkhan is very hard, although like the Sturgeons their legs are completely open to enemy fire. When building shield walls for the Darkhans, be sure to keep them as tight as possible, to prevent most of your troops bleeding HP for nothing. As there should be no board without blade, the Darkhans bring an heavy saber, an 86 wing speed and 74 damage cutter. A decent option, but like most swords, they will require the unit to carry a lot of armor to work well, and that might not even be enough. The last weapon of the Darkhans is the triangular throwing spear, a 155 length and 89 speed spear. And unfortunately, like the legionary Pilum, it cannot be thrown. On paper, you might think it's way too short to be of any real use against cavalry, but in reality, this unit is the best spearman in the game. Talking about armor, the Darkhan will bring a net armor value of 51, brought by the spiked helmet with face guard. This will rank them 3rd among infantry and 8th overall. When it comes to the body armor, the Darkhan bring a value of 64, brought by the bronze lamellar overmail and the lamellar shoulder pieces. This will rank the Darkhan 3rd among infantry and 5th overall. When it comes to the head plus body, the Darkhan will make the top 3 of the most armored troops in the game, only behind the Druzinniks and the Cataphracts, with a value of 115. Being the only foot unit to make it, it should be no surprise it also ranks 1st among infantry units, but they will lose 3 position to 4th place when considering all armor types. Now that we are done with the equipment, let's talk about the Khuzait tests and stats. Overall, the Darkhan ranked 5th among infantry units, with a total KD of 4.34 and a KD of 126.08 against low tiers. They ended up losing 596 units out of 3,500, or roughly 17.03%, and ended up with a casualty chance against low tiers of 1.96%. As we can see from the stats, the Darkhans have lost that top 3 status in melee performance, as their great armor is simply not enough to carry a sidearm whose only issue is being a sword. Anyway, let's go ahead and list the pros and cons. The armor set is one of the best where it matters, head and body. Their shield is small for tanking fire, but also not the worst. They are not a versatile unit. They are great at dealing with cavalry thanks to a fast and short spear. Their melee performance is just average. I'll give this unit a 2.5 out of 5. With patch 1.8, they lost their spot in the infantry top 3, and are now just a role unit that specializes in shocking the opponent in an offensive battle and can deal with cavalry as well. Both things that might fit a Khuzait offensive playstyle, but are hard to adapt to other factions less reliant on shocking first with ranged cavalry. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this unit, and if you want to watch more videos like this, make sure to check the playlist on your right. Or on your left is the video YouTube think you are going to enjoy next. Thanks for watching.